Welcome to this week's English edition of Papa TV. We're glad that you've joined us. The 4th annual Thanksgiving dinner at the Papa Air Base was held Friday, November 25th. All of the families and companies represented on the base and a number of locals were invited. Reverend Ray Hall gave the blessing, then guests enjoyed a feast of turkey and gravy, vegetables, yams and potatoes, and traditional American desserts. Heavy Airlift Wing Commander Colonel Keith Boone said that the Americans sponsored the meal and other nations helped prepare for the multinational event. According to Leslie Boone, European and American Indian traditions were brought together for the Thanksgiving dinner. Table decorations were made by children of employees at the air base. That same weekend, an international Christmas market hosted by families from Papa Air Base earned $1 million for rent for the Education of Children with Disabilities Foundation in Papa. The Heavy Airlift Wing, NATO, and Boeing took part in the sale, and families from 12 nations enjoyed specialty foods and sweets and shopped for gifts for family and friends. Siri Jensrud, a coordinator for the International Christmas Market, said the event isn't only about raising money for the disabled children. It unites the multinational families from the base and teaches children what it means to give. She also thanked the citizens of Papa for welcoming the international community. Colonel Boone said that events like this help the international families to become part of this community. Money from last year's market went to the victims of the Red Sludge catastrophe. The foundation was established by the Robert Bala Primary School 10 years ago, and according to the principal, the school has never received such a great sum of money. Orsolya Chuti said they will consider using the funds for activities they could not usually afford, like camping and crafts. Mrs. Chuti thanked everyone for their great effort. November 27th was the first Sunday of Advent, and in this time of spiritual preparation for Christmas, the first of 5 Advent candles was lit on wreaths around the city. Kindergartners from the St. Istvan Catholic School sang for families attending an Advent program. Then Mayor Tamas Aldozo welcomed the attendees to the celebration, and Father Ferenc Shalgo gave a blessing. This year, residents of Tapoltafu began a tradition of a Christmas tree, manger scene, and Advent wreath. Mayor Aldozo lit the first candle of the wreath. The St. Anna Choir and Kata Mueller sang Christmas songs for those in attendance. At the Shandor Varush Primary School, Advent and Christmas-related activities were organized for the children, starting with a solemn role play of the manger scene. On Wednesday, children made ornaments during arts and crafts activities, and on Thursday, they could take part in 6 programs to help them get into the spirit of Christmas. Organizer and educator Gabriela Gala said they wanted children to know the real magic and love of Christmas. In addition to baking gingerbread, students visited the St. Joseph Church and listened to organ music. Teachers and students from the Reform High School of Papa gathered at the school on the first Sunday of Advent. The traditional celebration is led by a different class every year, and this year it was students from 11A who read poems and novels, sang together, and played musical instruments. Tunde Mayer, organizer of the event, said this is a 20-year-old tradition for the high school to have activities on the Sundays of Advent, either in the school or in the dormitories. Throughout the week, students and teachers baked cookies for a charity sale, which was held during an open day at the school. A festive ceremony at the Urkel Ferenc Primary School accompanied the presentation of the Christmas tree and manger scene, which will stay in the school's hall until the winter break. Mrs. Zoltan Hazer, headmistress of the school, said the students are eagerly awaiting Christmas. On December 18th, there will be a Christmas concert by the Children's Choir and Orchestra for family and friends. On November 26th, the 4Z class at the Urkel Ferenc Primary School invited members of the Friendship Club for snacks, crafts, and other activities. The gathering emphasized tolerance and openness among the students. Teacher Judith Harin said it wasn't strange for her students because they have a classmate who is in a wheelchair. They have seen the difficulties she faces and have found ways to help her. There are plans for more programs that bring these students together. The 9th Annual Storytelling Day was held at the Gyurats Ferenc Lutheran School, and students competed in 3 categories: storytelling, story writing, and story illustrating. The competition included an exhibit and awards presentation. Headmaster Gabor Such said that this year the competition was open to other Lutheran schools. In addition to the story-related activities, students sang together on stage. Some students from the Tur Istvan High School and Aran János Talent School live in the dormitories and often spend one weekend a month there. On this particular weekend, students were able to attend various presentations. Divided into age groups, the younger students heard from crime prevention specialist Veronica Chasar about the transition from pranks to crimes and how to avoid becoming a victim of a crime. For the older students, Peter Mészáros discussed university applications and studies, and Dr. Bernadette Ravos analyzed the handwriting of a few volunteers and gave them advice on professions. Dr. Ravos emphasized that graphology is only one part of career analysis. Good marks in school certainly influence a student's course of study. A talent contest was organized and hosted by the School of Economics, and students from all grade levels could take part. Literary, musical, and dance performances and drawing and photographs went before a panel of judges, which included teachers and actor András Potocki. Most of the audience's votes went to a gypsy dance by Anita and István Csányi. The panel of judges declared the overall winner to be Victoria Czere from Class 11F for her photography entry. Students from the School of Economics took part in an international competition put on by ACES, the Academy of Central European Schools. Economics schools from Tabor, Czech Republic, and Linz, Austria were also part of the competition. The program includes 3 meetings, and the first was held in Tabor in October. The 4-day meeting in Papa was the second, and students will meet in Linz for the 3rd meeting in January. András Molnar, project leader for the ACES program in Papa, said the topic for these meetings is volunteering in your community. The students presented volunteer activities in their own countries along with demonstrations. Opportunities here in Papa include 2 civil organizations, one for the blind and sight impaired and another for the handicapped. The 4-day program included sightseeing, visiting the thermal bath, and making handcrafts. The students joined together to sing Michael Jackson's Heal the World. 7th graders from the Munkachi Mihai Primary School performed It's Good to Be a Child and other short dramas for their teachers. Students have been rehearsing since the beginning of the school year. Teacher Judith Such said the students were enthusiastic during rehearsals and she learned a lot of good things about them. She believes that drama methods make it easier for teenagers to find solutions to problems they may encounter. After the performance, teachers were shown confidence-building exercises and games intended to improve concentration skills in their students. The Bartók Béla Music School is celebrating its 75th anniversary, and students from Balaton-Almaty, Veszprém, and Papa participated in a solfège competition to demonstrate their competency in reading music. It was the 2nd time this competition took place in Papa. Organizer and teacher Catalin Tibor said that solfège helps in music theory and singing. The day included written exams to test the students' music knowledge, a presentation by Mariana Spiegel, a music teacher from Győr, and a concert in the school's concert hall. Ms. Spiegel said that the children proved that solfège is not an exercise in torture, but that it can be pleasurable and rewarding. If students can reach high levels in this, learning a musical instrument will be much easier. The students earned gold, silver, and bronze awards for their efforts and concluded the day with Hungarian folk songs. Thank you for watching this week's English edition of Papa TV. We'll see you again online next week.